Part 1. In this part, you will hear a conversation between a housing services representative and a person seeking a living place nearby. But first, have a look at the questions 1 to 10.
Good morning, Campus Housing Services. This is Linda Moore speaking. How can I help you?
Hello, Miss Moore. I've just been admitted to Brookdale University, and I'm trying to find a place to live nearby. Could you tell me about a few options?
Of course, Ryan. Let's start with a property on Willow Lane. It has 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, and a spacious lounge.
Okay. Is there anything close by for food or daily needs?
Yes, there's a small cafe and grocery store within walking distance. Rent includes Wi-Fi and basic utilities.
Sounds good. What's the monthly rent?
It's $1,000 a month. The only thing to keep in mind is that the garden is quite large and needs regular cleaning.
I might prefer something smaller.
Then you might consider a house on Oak Ridge Avenue. It offers 3 bedrooms, a kitchen, and a common lounge. The tenants share the kitchen, bathroom, and laundry facilities.
So it's shared accommodation.
That's right. Rent is $400 for a single room, or $340 if you share. However, it's a bit noisy since there are several people living there.
I see. Any quieter ones?
Yes, there's a neat place on Maple Street. It includes 2 bedrooms, a study, and a small sitting area. It also comes with a little patio and private parking. The rent is $600.
That sounds ideal. Any disadvantages?
Just that it tends to get slightly damp during the rainy season.
All right. Any other choice I should know about?
There's one more at Cedar Grove Complex. It features a bedroom, a study, a dining space, and a living room. Facilities include a gym and swimming pool, plus weekly cleaning service.
That's a nice setup. What's the cost?
It's $500 per month. The only issue is that there's no parking area available.
Okay, I'll think about it. Thanks a lot for your help.
You're welcome, Ryan. Good luck with your studies.
Part 2. In this part, you will hear a monologue on e-waste management, collection, and recycling. But first, look at the questions 11 to 20.
Good morning, everyone. Today, I'll talk about e-waste management, collection, and recycling, which is becoming one of the most important environmental issues of our time. First, let's start with the essential features of e-waste bins. They should always be strong and fireproof, since many electronic parts can heat up or even catch fire if not handled properly. Now, e-waste is generally divided into 3 types. The first category includes small gadgets, such as mobile phones, chargers, and cameras. These are usually thrown into the blue bin. The second category covers large appliances, like refrigerators, computers, and printers, which go into the green bin. The third category is hazardous parts, for example, old batteries and damaged circuit boards. These belong in the red bin for safety reasons. Moving on to e-waste collection, this mainly refers to electronic devices that are no longer in use. It's important to check the warning labels on every item. They clearly mention not to mix different types of e-waste in the wrong bins. Some metallic components inside these gadgets can leak dangerous chemicals if broken or burnt, so proper sorting is very important. Next comes e-waste disposal. All damaged gadgets should be kept in a sealed container before being moved for recycling. The recycling centers are often built in industrial areas outside the main city to reduce pollution and ensure safety. Usually, e-waste is collected and transported for recycling once every week. All containers must be kept tightly closed to avoid any leakage, especially during the rainy season. The majority of e-waste today comes from factories, schools, and offices. Finally, remember this important point. Do not throw batteries with your regular household rubbish, as they can release harmful substances into the environment. That's all for today's talk on e-waste management. Remember, safe collection and proper disposal of electronic waste help keep our planet clean and healthy for everyone.
Part 3. In this part, you will hear a conversation between two students about a new presentation their tutor has assigned. But first, look at the questions 21 to 24. Hey Daniel, have you started preparing for the presentation Dr. Lewis assigned?
Not really. I was still figuring out what topic to choose.
Remember, the topic has to come from one of the headings in the course guide. I'm thinking of choosing something under renewable energy resources.
Oh, right. I forgot about that. I might go for solar power systems.
That's a good one. And don't forget, we need to include at least one reference from a government report to make it more authentic.
Got it. I think I can find one on the Energy Ministry's website.
By the way, the data I collected on wind energy output is saved in the shared drive folder if you need it.
Perfect. I'll take a look. Oh, and I realized we can also include documentaries about renewable energy projects along with research articles.
That's a great idea. That'll make the presentation more engaging. Before you hear a discussion between two students on a report format their professor has assigned, look at the questions 25 to 30. Hey Noah, have you read the instructions for our environmental science report?
Yeah, I just went through them. There are a few details about the format of the papers we have to follow exactly.
Right. The professor said all reports must be typed in Word format and submitted through the online portal, didn't she?
That's correct. And each report should be no longer than 10 pages, including charts and references.
I remember she mentioned something about the font, too.
Yes, it should be Times New Roman, size 12. No fancy fonts allowed.
What about our personal details?
Our name and roll number should appear in the top right corner of every page.
Got it. Oh, and the pictures. I think there was a minimum size requirement.
Yeah, any image or diagram has to be at least 600 pixels wide. Otherwise, the details might not be clear when printed.
That makes sense. And do you remember the word limit?
Yes, she said around 2,000 words, not including references and appendices.
Perfect. Thanks, Noah. That clears it all up. Part 4. Before you hear a lecture on environmental hazards, look at the questions 31 to 40. Good morning, everyone. Today, we'll be discussing environmental hazards, one of the most serious challenges faced by modern societies. An environmental hazard refers to any condition or event in the natural or human environment that has the potential to harm people, property, or ecosystems. These hazards are generally classified into three main types: natural, human-made, and biological. Let's start with natural hazards. These occur without human involvement and include events like earthquakes, floods, hurricanes, and volcanic eruptions. While we can't prevent them, effective early warning systems and community preparedness can reduce their impact. Next are human-made hazards, which are caused by human activity. These include air and water pollution, industrial accidents, and nuclear leaks. The rise in industrial production and careless disposal of waste has intensified these problems, leading to long-term damage to soil and water resources. The third type, biological hazards, involves living organisms such as viruses, bacteria, and invasive species. The COVID-19 pandemic, for example, is a major global biological hazard that affected almost every aspect of human life. Now, let's talk about the effects of environmental hazards. They can lead to loss of life, displacement of people, and destruction of infrastructure. Economically, they increase public health costs and reduce agricultural productivity. Environmentally, they cause soil erosion, deforestation, and decline in biodiversity. However, mitigation measures can make a big difference. Governments must promote sustainable development, regulate waste management, and monitor industries that release toxic substances. Public awareness also plays an important role. People can help by reducing plastic use, recycling waste, and conserving energy. In addition, international cooperation is essential, since environmental hazards often cross borders. Agreements like the Paris Climate Accord aim to limit global warming and reduce carbon emissions. To conclude, managing environmental hazards requires a combination of science, policy, and personal responsibility. Only when individuals, communities, and governments work together can we ensure a safer and more sustainable planet for future generations. You now have a few seconds to check your answers.